My name is Aaron Weaver, and even though I'm on my social pages, so I know you probably know who it is, but I still like to introduce myself. And we need to have a real conversation about what the city is calling a camping ordinance. Because when you actually read it, when you actually break it down, this is not just a camping ordinance, this is a homeless ordinance. And even more direct than that, this is an ordinance that criminalizes sleep. I'm going to say this plainly so that there is absolutely no confusion at all. Right now, the city is being used to weaponize against homeless people. Honest, that is what is happening. And before anything else, we got to make sure you hear this. That the Hampton City Council legislative session will be on April 8th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Again, April 8th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. So now let's keep this all simple so we can understand what's going on. This ordinance makes it illegal to sleep on public property, not just camp, but the way people think it is. It includes sleeping with blankets, sleeping bags, mattresses, tarps, basic item used to stay warm in the winter. So when people say camping ordinance, understand this clearly, it reaches sleep, and this ordinance criminalizes sleep in public. Now, here is where it stops making sense. The city and the people supporting this keep pointing to things like blocking sidewalks, aggressive behaviors, public intoxication. But let's put the actual laws on the table so that everybody understands. Virginia law already says under Virginia Code 18.2-404, it is illegal to obstruct free passage. We know that because we saw it on the signs that the city decided to put up when the people were panhandling on the medians of the street. We saw it. It was right on those billboards. It gave us the exact Virginia code to dissuade people from giving to panhandlers. Now, Virginia law also says under Code 18.2-388, it is illegal to be intoxicated in public. So these issues are already covered. Everything that they use to make an excuse to pass this ordinance is already illegal, whether it's trespassing, whatever it may be. It's already illegal. So now let's bring the real example. At the city council meeting, a supposed business owner spoke in support of this ordinance. And what was the reason that you might ask that he was supporting this ordinance? Because a person was blocking passage to his door. Again, he spoke in support of this, and his example was because somebody was blocking his door of his business. Again, blocking sidewalks, just like we said it. This is already illegal. I can't say that enough, because what's being used to justify what this gentleman did and what all the supporters like to do is use items that is already illegal. So now we see what the contradiction is. We have the contradiction. You're using something that is already legal to justify creating a new law. So let's get the real question out there. If the behavior is already illegal, what is this new ordinance actually doing? Here's the answer. And this is where everything becomes crystal clear. The city said the problem with current misdemeanors is that an officer has to see it or be there and happen. It has to happen in real time. So when somebody calls and reports something, if it is reported, the officer gets there and it's over, they actually can't charge it, because they weren't there to witness it. They weren't there in real time. So think about that. You can have video footage, you could have witnesses, you could have proof, and still might not lead to a charge because it wasn't seen in real time. That is the issue. That is a system issue. That should be reviewed. That should be fixed. But instead of fixing that, the city wants to create a new misdemeanor, one that is easier to prove, one that is easier to charge because that person is still there, sleeping, visible, not harming anybody, but sleeping. So instead of fixing that system, they worked around it. They are not fixing the misdemeanor problem. They are creating a new misdemeanor that is easier to enforce. And that new offense is centered around sleep. So let's connect this clearly. The behavior they are talking about is already illegal. The real issue is enforcement. Instead of fixing enforcement, they created a new law, and that new law targets sleep. The ordinance criminalizes sleep. But let's go deeper. Now let's go deeper though, because this is where it matters. We were told that this was based on complaints, calls to city council members, concerns from businesses, But where's the data? I've asked for that data over a month and a half, maybe even 2 months ago. I've asked for the data already. Still have not received one iota of data in reference to that. Nor have the citizens received that data, nor has city council received that data, nor have they even asked for it. I have not had one city council person at all of these meetings that we have not had one city council person ask for the data that shows why this would be there. But here's what that full breakdown would show. How many incidents were there that happened? What actually occurred? How often existing laws failed? Right now, we don't have any of that. So we have to say this plainly. We are being asked to support a broad law without seeing the full data based on a few complaints. That is not a data set. This is reaction. And when you build policy on reaction, you get panic decisions. And panic decisions create bad policy. We should not be writing laws based on panic. Let's bring this back to the personal aspect or the people. Right now, this is being used to target our homeless individuals. The city is being used to weaponize against them. But the bigger issue is that this could be just one group. Again, this is bigger than just one group, because once this kind of law exists, once that kind of logic is accepted, it could be used again on someone else or some group else at another time for another reason. That is how this all works. So even if you're not homeless, this still matters to you, because this shows how decisions are being made. Now let's address something else directly. This ordinance does not attempt to fix the root problem. It criminalizes the symptoms. I'm going to say that again because I feel like I rambled that. I probably didn't though. This does not fix the root. It criminalizes the symptoms, because the real question still stands. If someone has nowhere to go, where are they supposed to sleep? Because here is what we know. The punishment is guaranteed. The solution is not. That is backwards. That is not about whether bad behaviors exist. It does. This is not about whether the city is fixing problems and making it easier to punish people, because they are. And right now, the facts show behavior already illegal, system not working perfectly, no full data shown to make this case. No law is created target sleep and homelessness. So again, let's make it plain. This is not just camping. It's about criminalizing sleep. And right now, it is being used to target homeless people. Again, the City Council legislative session is April 8th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. And this is when it gets decided again, I'm assuming, or they could kick it down the road again. It's up to them in terms of that. But please show up. Ask the simple questions. Where's the data? Why not fix enforcement? Why create a new charge instead? Why does this law need to reach sleep? Because once you understand it, you cannot unsee what's going on. Like, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform that you're seeing this on. Could be Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it may be. Please like, comment, subscribe, share your feedback. But also, if you're in Hampton, Virginia, on April 8th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m., please come out. Because again, like I said, I cannot emphasize this enough. This starts with our homeless population. That is who is being targeted with this ordinance. But this reaches more people than just our homeless population. And if you're just going to sit back and just let this happen, then it will happen, but it won't stop there. This is not where this stops. And again, like I said, please come out April 8th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Thank you for taking the time to watch this whole video. If you got to the end and watch this whole video, I thank you for taking the time. I'm just one person, one advocate trying to fight to make our city better, and also make sure that our city does not target any one group, but is also not trying to harm people, but trying to find solutions to fix things. We need to have a government that is trying to fix issues that is going on, not target people. I thank you for taking the time. I'm Aaron Weaver again. You have an amazing day, night, or whenever you watch this. Please have an amazing time, because you're great and I appreciate you.